Dustin Poirier has given an update in a recent interview on his last fight, where it will be. The only question is who the opponent will be. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through Dustin Poirier's record, look at his impact in the UFC, whether or not he'll be a Hall of Famer, and yeah. Before we begin, if you like the content, subscribe, and that's out of the way. Let's jump into it. So we got this article here. Dustin Poirier provides promising update on UFC retirement fight. Things are looking good for Dustin Poirier's final fight. Retirement has been on the mind of the former UFC interim lightweight champion for quite some time now. Poirier finally wanting to hang up the gloves after a third title bid against Israel Makhachev last summer. The 40-fight veteran isn't willing to go out without a fight. However, Poirier's been paging the UFC the last several months for another bout, a last dance, if you will, in his home state of Louisiana. When would that be? I actually, this is Dustin Poirier speaking with the, who is it? Uh, it doesn't say. Oh, the Schmo. I'm dumb. I actually been having calls every week with the UFC, but it's looking like summer in New Orleans is close to happening for my retirement fight. Poirier told the Schmo. A, a pay-per-view in New Orleans this summer will be incredible. That's what I'm pushing forward. That's what the UFC is working towards, and things are getting pretty close. Way down the gloves where it all started in Louisiana. It would be an honor for me. Uh, then you got a post from his Instagram, Drills. The UFC has not held an event in New Orleans since June 2015 proposed card. Therefore, Dustin Poirier would be the first in a decade. Uh, yeah. The Diamond wouldn't reveal any names as to a potential opponent. The guessing game getting a little bit easier with Justin Gaethje and Dan Hooker fighting each other instead of facing him again. Still, we have no clue who Poirier will fight for the last time or any guarantee if it will be at home. Alright, so now that we read that, before we move into his career and that, I want yeah, I gotta move that. I want to just talk about Poirier for a bit and the rise that he had. He starting off at featherweight, really young too. Uh, Started as a teenager, worked his way to the UFC. He has fought a breath, 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 I'm not even gonna try and reattempt that word. Why he's fought the who's who of featherweight and lightweight. He's been in there with champions. He's been in there with stars, and you know, Dustin Poirier became a fan favorite. I would say near the second Conor fight, he was a fan favorite for hardcores for quite some time, but the dude the dude seems like a nice guy, and he always has been respectful. He did trash talk early on in his career, but when you look at uh, what the hell, there we go. Well, when you look at any of his recent interviews, press conferences, like he's a fighter's fighter. I'm pretty sure everybody, majority of people in that locker room love Dustin Poirier. Not Conor McGregor, not Michael Chandler, ironically enough. But like seeing most of his career, and then I went back and watched his entire fight career. Like he is one of the greatest fighters ever to never win a unified belt. I do count interim belts. I think winning an interim belt is something that needs to be credited. You look at Tom Aspinall now, I feel like that sentiment is with fighters, with what's going on with Tom now, and like to see this guy bounce back from being Connor's stepping stone, because the first fight with Connor, I would say, was one of the catalysts that built Connor and that evolved him to go into being a two-weight champion and being the biggest star the sport has ever seen. Now, I want to go through his career and just look at what he was able to accomplish. So, moving back here, we're going to start off with his amateur career. Won his first fight by TKO in round one. Got a first round submission in his second fight. Got a doctor stoppage in his third fight for, I guess, a belt. Yeah, won a belt. Beat Well Barlow. Uh, Mario Jaquez beat Gilbert Jimenez by unanimous decision. Then knocked out Paul Paul however you say it. Then he started his professional career. Beat Aaron Suarez, Nate Dolway. Actually, I'm not gonna go through his names. Well, you see, first round knockout, second round knockout, first round knockout, first round knockout, first round knockout, second round knockout, first round knockout. Lost this fight in the WEC by unanimous decision. Uh, First round knockout, unanimous decision. Or this was in 2011. I'll go back to that because I was kind of just trying to get out of the place before the UFC. Well, you see, wins his debut at UFC 125 by unanimous decision. Back when they used to name pay-per-views, remember that one? Um, beat Jason Young by unanimous decision, beat Pablo Garza, and then submitted Max Holloway in round one. A really good win. This was 2012, before Max Holloway would become one of the greatest featherweights, one of the greatest champions of all time. Then lost as Chang Sung Jung, beat Jonathan Brooks, lost to Cup Swanson, legend. Then he went on a three-fight win streak, beating Aaron Coach, Diego Brando by first round KO or TKO, beat Akira Corazona by TKO. Then the Conor fight, he lost round one by TKO. This is what propelled Conor McGregor to stardom and was again the catalyst for what would become the greatest star in the sport. Then he beat Diego Ferreira by TKO, beat Yancy Medeiros, beat Joe Duffy, beat Joe Bobby Green, lost to Michael Johnson. Well, Michael Johnson is really underrated, dude. He has a lot of really good wins. Like I never noticed this until I watched Bedtime's video. Like you, his record is very deceiving. You look at it, you're like, oh, he's middle of the pack. He's beaten some of the greatest lightweights we have ever seen. Uh, then he beat Jim Miller, legend, no contest against Eddie Alvarez. Beat Pettis, knocked out Gaethje in the fourth round. Beat Eddie Alvarez in the rematch by a second round TKO. Then for the interim title, he beat Max Holloway a second time. Then went into the Khabib fight, got submitted in the third round. It's Khabib, nobody beat him. Then came back, beat Dan Hooker by unanimous decision. Beat Conor McGregor in that second fight by TKO. This was massive for him. Like, he was a big deal for years. But the Connor fight, where did it go? The Connor fights were what did it. Like these made Dustin Poirier a household name, a fan favorite for the casuals, and he was the first person to knock out Connor in the UFC at least. I'm not sure if they got knocked out before. No, I think it was the first time he got knocked out. Then you had the trilogy fight where he was dominating Dustin Poirier. Then Connor rolled his ankle or broke it. If that fight continued, though, I think that he was on his way to TKOing Connor for a second time in a row. Then he fought Charles Oliveira for a belt. Looked really good, but then Rene Contreras lost. Sad, but I mean, I'm a big fan of both Poirier and Oliveira, the two of my favorite fighters. Then you had the Michael Chandler fight. He submitted him in the third round. Wild about blood in that fight. Then you had the Gaethje fight at 291. Got head kicked by in the second round. They're 1-1. Came back, knocked out Benoit Saint Denis. A really good win for Dustin Poirier, beating an up and comer. I know that BSD has been iffy ever since. And then in his last fight, got submitted by his own Makachev, by Darshko. This hurt me, but again, the Dagestani fighters are inevitable. So, you look at his career, he's fought the biggest names at lightweight and featherweight. He started his career being a monster, and it's not like he's losing to middle of the pack guys. He's losing to champions. Gaethje, who has been in the top five for years now, but for Dustin Poirier, and to move on to who he should fight in his retirement fight. Now, most of them are at lightweight, but then I have one welterweight fight. So the obvious one that you can say is if Connor's returning, you do the fourth fight, he makes a ton of money. Connor needs a press conference. People want to see Connor get knocked out. It makes sense. Dustin Poirier knocked him out and TKO'd him twice. So that would be a logical fight for the UFC for Poirier. He gets to walk away with an extra $5 to $10 million. They are absolutely paying pay per view. If they aren't paying him pay per view now, they would have to pay him pay per view for that. And I guarantee you they will pay him pay per view regardless. You got Oliveira who he lost to. I don't really see Oliveira taking the fight. I kind of think that Oliveira's Sarukian might happen since Dana White is pissed off at Sarukian for pulling out a day before. Uh, yeah, Gaethje, you could do the trilogy. It makes sense. They're 1-1. Both of them knocked out each other. But Gaethje is fighting Dan Hooker on the March pay per view. You got Dustin Poirier. He has two wins over Dustin Poirier, so logically it doesn't make sense. Rob Holloway has had a trilogy where he lost every fight before. It would make a ton of money. He beat Chandler. Chandler, I feel, needs to step down in competition. I really do think he needs to fight a guy below him. He's a massive star. Puts on a show every time. He just fights like an idiot. Gamrot, he's training partners with. Benil Dariush doesn't make sense. Ronaldo Moicano is a big star. And if the UFC wants to capitalize, well, no, Ronaldo Moicano, he is 35. But if you want to capitalize on Poirier walking out on somebody who you can put in a massive fight. Moicano would make sense. Kriziev doesn't make sense. Patty Pimble, I don't want to see that. Then you have the Waller guys. For lightweight, you you don't have many options. Right? You have Oliveira. You have the winner of Gaethje, Dan Harker, or potentially the loser. Max Holloway for the third time. It's been a while since their second fight. Like I said, we've seen that happen before, where there is a trilogy that a guy has won the first two fights. Uh, the only thing being is that the second fight wasn't close at all. The other one that I want to bring up is Colby. Colby being ranked number 9 in welterweight, coming off of a loss to Joaquin Barkley. I feel like the bad blood is there. It's probably the most promotable fight that the UFC can have, and you're gonna have amazing press conferences and amazing interviews from those two. Other than that, though, I don't see another guy that is on the level of Poirier stardom that wouldn't just be the UFC feeding him to an up and comer. I just don't see that being a potential. But if you ask me, if I was Dustin and Connor is serious about making a return, I want that Connor fight. I want the money fight. You already beat him twice in a row. Go out there, start Connor, become even more beloved than you are now, and walk away with an extra few mil. I feel like I feel like that makes the most sense from Dustin's perspective. The Colby one, if you can't make any other fight, I say do the Colby one. Colby and Connor would be my top two. Then, if that doesn't work, fight the winner of Gaethje Harker because I don't think that Gaethje and Dan Hart. Well, I guess since they're not going to give Sarukian the title fight, the winner of that will probably fight Islam if Islam doesn't move up to fight DDP like he's saying he wants to. So that leaves you with really the Gaethje trilogy, Connor, and then Colby. From a from a fan perspective, I would love to see the Colby fight. That would be my number one. If I got to match make, I would do that Colby fight. If I was Dustin Poirier, I would push for the Connor fight. That that fight is going to make him bank, and he's going to get pay per view. They're probably going to give him another 5 mil flat, like they did for the third fight. He probably even could get like 10. Well, he could get close to 10. Like with pay per view, he'll make 8 figures easy. But that's what I do with Poirier. Like I said, master fan of Poirier. I wish him the best. I haven't tried his hot sauce yet. I want to try it. But yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing when you have such a beloved fighter, a legend, who will be a Hall of Famer, and you have him going out one last time. You get to hear that walkout music one last time, and yeah, man, he's got a wife, he's got a kid, he's got businesses. This dude is set. If he wants to be an analyst. He's already done that. If he wants to go to commentary, he can do that. And yeah, I'm eager to see this guy go out one last time, whether it's against Conor, Colby, whoever it is. I will pay for that pay per view, like I buy every pay per view. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below who would you put Dustin Poirier up against, and where would you put Dustin Poirier as far as his legacy? You know, he lost three title fights, won the interim belt, but he fought it. He fought nearly everybody with credibility in his era, and he won most of them. So, good luck, Dustin Poirier. Can't wait to hear the announcement. That's all I got. Later.